So what have we got here? The security experts are concerned that the green terror group known as the Warriors of Gaia are growing in ambition and capability and are a threat to be taken very seriously. Now, we do now have a surplus of $36.6 billion, which is good. So what I'm going to do, first off, is have a look at my cabinet, which is still 46. That's okay. I want to get tasers, because they're not popular, but they will help. So I am giving every cop a taser. And oh, can you imagine if I attempted to do a total ban on firearms in the United States of America? Let's not try that right now. Maybe that'll be a second-term goal. That's something I've always wanted to try in democracy, just as a challenge, because I've never seen anyone do it. It's probably been done a million times. There is probably a method to do it, but I want to see if I can just have a total ban on firearms in America and get away with it. I want to see if I can get people to support that. In fact, who does support that? So, parents, interestingly, are the only people that support that. That's very strange. Okay. So what else can I do? I could look at an emphasis on evolution. I'm very tempted to do the emphasis one and still teach religion. That is tempting. Let's go to the next turn and see what happens. So, 44% of the vote. The party size is up. These guys are still quite dangerous. That's okay. That's fine. New major party donor. It's good. Crime is down. Okay. We have a surplus of $102 billion. Let's boost education. Because that's something that if I can boost, that will help with things like the skills shortage. So let's give that a shot. We do need to also create some jobs. Let's see. So I want to look... I don't actually need to look at new things. I can go to state schools. And I'm going to say modern textbooks. Just immediately. Modern textbooks. Unemployment is hurt by this, which is good. Let's apply those changes. Get it done. There we go. In terms of science funding, I'm going to crank that up to... I'm going to do 67 billion. Because, again, that helps with a lot of things. So let's confirm that. We have no political capital left. Let's go to the next turn and see what we have. So there is no green plot. That's concerning. They are committed to striking at the very heart of the government, possibly even a direct assassination attempt. We should take this seriously. What is this? At the moment, we don't have a minimum wage, and there is a proposal to introduce a limit below which it would be illegal to employ someone. I'm gonna implement that. 46% of the vote, 33 million people in the party. Okay, we still have a surplus. That's excellent. In terms of homelessness, that should start going down. In terms of internet crime, that'll be gone very soon. In terms of alcohol abuse, it's staying slightly consistent. The obesity crisis took a big hit. Drug addiction is alright. Asthma epidemic is debatable. Let's look at healthcare. No, I'm keeping that to second term. I can't. As much as people may like that, I need to keep it for my second term. Because at the end of my second term, whether I get, I'm not going to get voted back in. I'm not going to have people saying, he's popular. I don't care. I can be incredibly unpopular in my second term. As long as I don't get shot, it's fine. So let's have a look and see what we can do to get people on my side and keep them on my side. I want to create jobs. So let's go to the economy. Let's look at things like consumer rights are quite popular. I think that's probably a good idea. Automated refunds are a tricky one. I think I'm going to do the right to return goods. And I think I also want to look at things like trade councils and national business councils. A national business council I'm going to go for because it is popular. And it helps the GDP in 24 turns. Okay, that's a lot. Let's just max it out then. Because why not? We'll max that out. In terms of economy, I can still look at things like the work safety law, robotics research grants, smart meter program. It's a bit expensive. Trade Council, Labor Day bank holiday. Everyone wants that. Let's do it. Let's go for the Labor Day bank holiday. We'll max it out. It's going to hurt the GDP a little bit. But that's okay. We'll give everyone a bank holiday. Let's go to the next turn. There is still a green plot. Appoint a UN ambassador. So generally speaking, the way these things work are this person is USA, USA, USA. This person will compromise. I am going to say that I want the... Yeah, now that hurts foreign relations. That will hurt for... I'm going to keep foreign relations. 52% of the vote is okay. Alright. I have 25 political capital. Why? We're down to 44. I might reshuffle my cabinet. I feel like reshuffling could be a good idea. I also want police drones. I'm implementing police drones. I'm maxing it out. No, I'm not. That's silly. Let's do 20 billion per quarter on police drones. So that way, security is up there. I don't have enough to reshuffle my cabinet currently, so let's just go to the next turn and see what happens. Please don't let me get shot. Thanks for the advice. 47% of the vote. Now that's concerning. 31 political capital is not bad. Internet censorship is silly. Gambling, no, 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 no. Oh, I really don't know the best way to, do this. The airline tax is no longer popular. Internet tax, not so much. Luxury goods. Married tax allowance. Microgeneration grants. Subsidize citizens to help cover the costs of energy microgeneration systems such as solar panels and wind turbines. That is actually a thing in the UK, so I'm going to do that. We're going to spend... Let's say $5 billion on... There we go, that's about close enough. On these grants. Let's do that. We don't have much of a surplus, but I don't mind dropping back down into debt or a deficit ever so slightly. As long as it doesn't get back to $100 billion, I think we're all right. So, let's see what else we can do. Now, that's the Labor Day bank holiday. There are things like maternity leave, which are popular, but I think that generally hurts productivity. But I think that's probably a good idea. I'm going to do full pay and paternity leave, because I think that's a nice thing and a fair thing to do. Let's go to our next turn and see what happens. There is a plot. Internet crime is over. I will get about 51% of the vote. Human cloning. Nearly 20% of children are already conceived with the help of in vitro fertilization. Cloning them instead is scientifically possible. Despite entering legal limbo, a number of wealthy couples and individuals have gone ahead and made cloning reality. Religious leaders are strongly opposed to this, labeling it a satanic practice. I am not going to ban it based on religious practice because I'm actually I don't like the idea of banning it based on religious reasons. It is a legal gray area, but I think as someone that comes from Northern Ireland, let me tell you, religion and politics mesh far too much. It's incredibly annoying. A lot of things don't get done because one person's on one fake side and one's on another. Let's just say that, okay? Internet crime is over. That's amazing. We do have a deficit, but that's all right. We fixed it once before. We can fix it once again. Did that say that speeches are available? Yes. So, who currently likes me? Who is the biggest part of my following? So socialists, 39%, 61% capitalist. Interesting, interesting. So 60% versus 40%. So that's very, very interesting. 19% for the retired versus a lot of young people. No, there's not that much variant, so there's not really much in the way of membership there from all those people. I think it may be worth going ahead and actually getting... Let's see. So you're a trade unionist. You are you're self-employed. You are an environmentalist. Let's give the environmentalists something to cheer about, because they are threatening to kill me currently, which is terrible. Let's give the youth something. No, maybe. State employees versus self-employed. Wealthy versus poor. I really don't know. I feel like socialists should have a nice buff. It will hurt the capitalists a little bit. And they do have a higher membership. Oh, I really don't know. Trade unionists, there's quite a few of you. I feel like this is a good one. The religious, there's a few of you. I feel like the capitalists need a buff. I feel like that's fair. The liberals are not happy with me, so I'm going to try and get them to like me a little bit. And I think this... No, that would cancel out this. Okay, that makes no sense. Oh, I really don't know what to do. These are risky. These are very risky, because that's going to hurt those guys more than it's going to buff these guys. I really don't know what to do. Self-employed versus trade unionists. Wealthy versus poor. I feel like I'm gonna talk to the wealthy. No, I really don't know. Let's just talk to the religious. Let's assure... No, I'm not interested in reassuring them. Let's... Trade unionists. There we go. Give a speech. So immediately it's taking a dip because we're talking to people who are not happy with me. A lot of people aren't happy with me. The effects are quite severe on quite a few people, but then that's going to take a bit of a spike up, as you can see. So we are going to see some significant changes here. So the capitalists are up, the trade unionists are up, socialists and self-employed are down, liberals, environmentalists. That's okay. That is okay. We still have this deficit. We can fix that. In terms of the economy, we could look at subsidies. We could look at more subsidies. We could look at organic farming. Recycling is something we probably want to look into. I think I'm going to do that just to get the environmentalists off my back a little bit. Recycling centers. You know what? Let's spend money on recycling. Let's go to the next turn and see what's up. I am not banning same-sex marriage. We will get 55% of the vote. Let's deliver another speech. So, this will hurt this will only hurt socialists a little bit. And I have a pretty big capitalist membership, so let's go with that. Let's talk to the environmentalists. Let's talk to parents. Let's talk to the poor. Granted, the wealthy aren't very happy with me, but I want to talk to the poor. Let's give this speech. So immediately, the capitalists are happy with me. The poor seem to be quite happy with me. Parents are... That's not the way. Those are environmental... Okay. So generally speaking, everyone, apart from the socialists and the wealthy, are going to be happy with me. That's an interesting pairing of people to annoy. That's a very interesting pairing. Let's continue and see what we can do. Let's pull a stunt. My fundraising's not amazing, but that's okay. Let's pull a stunt. I'm not seen as trustworthy. Televise a cabinet meeting. And as when it comes to compassion, visit a care home, which was also successful. Good. Let's continue. And return to government. So a message from my minister. He's not very happy with me. Well, we're going to be reshuffling the cabinet. Currently, what are we looking at? We're looking at 59% of the vote. Okay. Let's look at manifesto promises then. So, do I want to raise this? I really don't know. I really don't. I'm not cutting the alcohol tax. Unemployment cut by 50%. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Let's also look at... Let's see. Let's do this. That's annoyed the religious, but the liberals like it. That's fine. That's all I'm putting in there. That is all I'm doing. Let's deliver one more speech. So this will really annoy my socialists, who are, they're reasonably happy with me. This will, I mean, there is a higher membership of poor people. No, there's a higher membership of wealthy people. Okay. Who are you? You're a motorist. You're a parent. Let's start talking to the parents to begin with. Then I want to talk to the poor, because it's only going to hurt the wealthy a little bit. Then we have this tricky situation where we need to talk with the capitalists, but that's really going to annoy the socialists. This is tricky. Motorists make up a bit of my membership. Let's talk to them and stay positive and give them a little bit of a boost. Then I want to talk to the capitalists again. Let's give it a shot and see. So immediately, staying kind of level. Then it should go up a little bit. Then it should go up a lot more. So the motorists are very happy with me. And then the parents are very happy with me. That's fine, that's fine. So socialists are down, wealthy's down, but capitalists are up. Right. That's risky. So I guess let's find out if we're getting back into office. Because I really don't know. I really don't. Let's begin. So, your activist turnout, opposition has spent a lot. Start the count. We actually did pretty well. Wow. Okay. So, 33% of people didn't vote. But that's okay. We got in for a second term. In terms of the breakdown, it's actually interestingly quite even. Well, it's not. Liberals voted mostly for the opposition. Socialists and capitalists mostly for me. This is the most boring game of democracy ever. It must be. Not for me, I'm enjoying it, but you guys are probably bored out of your mind. Because, if you think about it, I'm not annoying anyone. Other than this one extreme green group. Okay, so let's look at internet tracking. I don't really know what to do. Because this is absolutely something that happens. I'm going to allow it. Because it happens. It's a thing. Like Facebook does it, Google does it. It happens. Now, we do have an issue with the deficit here. A fairly substantial one. So I think what I'm going to do, right off the bat, is I'm going to reshuffle my cabinet. Let's get a foreign affairs minister. So you're interested in foreign policy, but you're not very good there. You have sympathies with farmers, environmentalists. Diane Lewis, you are hired. Welfare minister. Let's see. So you are minister for welfare. You are farmers and parents. Diane Rogers, you are hired. Can I get a full cabinet of people called Diane? That'd be interesting. Economy. Trade unionists and socialists. Kathy Perry, welcome to my cabinet. Let's see. So for taxes, who have we got? Ruby Coleman, conservatives and farmers. Sure. Public services. 2.5 for you, that's not much. Public services, religious conservatives. You are very well experienced. 4.4 is not bad. Liberal capitalists. I'm going to go with you. 4.7 is a bit better. I don't know. Catherine Cook. Okay. Law and order. Let's see. 1.5. 5.2 is great. Good lord. Okay, so law and order. Who do we have? You. Helen Jones. 4.4. Sure thing. And transport. So let's see who can do transport. Parents Patriot, 4.3. Jerry Long, maybe. 4.8. Religious capitalists, terrible idea. 2.4. Transport, 1.5. 3.7. So let's go for the 4.3, I think, Mr. Jerry Long. Which will hopefully give me a pretty strong cabinet. And I also want to look at policy ideas here. Because I do want to start focusing a little bit on the state health service. Unfortunately, we still have this pretty severe deficit. So I could, if I really wanted to, look at imposing things like the luxury goods tax, the junk food tax, health food subsidy. Well, no, not that, because that'd be silly. Automation tax. That's actually a tax I'm going to do very slightly. We'll do 30%. Because this one encourages people to go to... encourages car journeys because of superstores, blah, blah, blah. But what this does is tax superstores a little bit to encourage people to have their own smaller stores and shop locally, blah, blah, blah. Let's apply that, then go to my next turn and see what happens. So, the credit rating is triple C. So we need to grow the GDP. Interestingly, my polls, that's shot down. That's concerning. Okay. So my popularity is down a bit. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to lean towards this because that's where the manifesto expects us to be. So let's do that right away because that way we are... Oh my... Wow, the deficit took a hit. Okay, we will fix that next turn. Let's go to the next one. So, rare earth crisis. Rare earth metals are necessary for a wide range of high-tech products. Prices for these have risen significantly. Okay. Hopefully we can deal with that. Terrorists captured. Good. 58% of the vote again. Alright, so I'm popular again, somewhat. The deficit is just increasing rapidly, though. I have to assume that this... No, that hasn't really fallen that much. Obesity is on the rise ever so slightly. Let's look at the airline... No, the airline tax isn't even going to make me that much anymore. Okay, that's really got me concerned. Let's... airline tax, it's going to have to go in. Whatever. 30%? It's a bit much. But we need to do it. We need that money. So we'll put that in place. We have 4 political capital. Let's go to the next turn and see what we can do. So there is not a liberal plot against me. The technological advantage is at an end. Credit rating downgraded to CC. Oh, the budget, that's not good. 68% of the vote, that's fine. I'm not really sure how to sort a lot of this. Skill shortage is fairly consistent. Pollution is on the decline. Unemployment is at an all-time high. Obesity dropped and then kind of went back up. That went back up for a while. The deficit's still increasing there. When does this come into effect? I really don't know. I don't know if that was immediate or not. I really have no idea. So what can we do? Why has this deficit come about? My income. Income tax, government borrowing, sales tax, corporation tax, petrol tax, capital gains, property. So the airline tax really isn't much. Capital gains, petrol tax. I guess it's possible less people are using cars at this point. That's a fair point. Let's see. What can I do to help America not have this $200 billion deficit? I really don't know. I really, really don't know.